We are back with another Let's Talk About Web3 episode. I am here with my co host, Onaji B, and our special guest, Reid from Paragraph. We are super excited to have you. As always, we'll start off with a little gratitudes. This week, I'm really grateful for the ability to make a local impact. We have an event coming up on Friday that Hurricane's performing at. And he's been staying with me for a couple of months. So it's just like really exciting to do this as a little send off and a farewell. And be able to stream that to our Web3 audience as well, see who taps in. It's called Artivism in Maine. So it'll be music and art festival. So I'm really excited to see what goes on. It's in my local town. So very grateful to be here, have that local impact. And I'll shoot over to you, B.
Most definitely. Shout out to you for rocking that too. It's really cool to see, you go from like this global digital side to like right into the community. Solid. So yeah, keep us posted on that. Um, I'm gonna keep mine super localized too. I'm excited for like immediate family. Shout out to my parents, my pops. He kind of bailed me out this week pretty heavy. So yeah, I'm super grateful for family, super close family. But yeah, I'll shoot it over to Reed.
This is probably really cliche, but very thankful for my wife who has been taking care of our newborn during the night and waking up constantly throughout the night and is watching him right now. So I get to talk to you fine gentlemen.
There we go. Huge congrats. That's big time. First one, Reed? First one?
First one. Yeah, he's just crossed over 4 months old. So we're
Oh,
still
man.
very much in the deep of it.
Let's go. Huge congrats. That's awesome.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Well, why don't you get started? Be with I'm still cooking up over here, sending out a couple messages. But Reid, I would just love to know a little bit more about yourself and just like how you got to Web3, because that's always a really interesting question with everyone. We're all here in the same place, but every single person has a really unique path to get here.
Yeah, I mean, mine's probably pretty uninteresting and cliche, but I have spent most of my career in like media and tech, and spent a lot of time in the streaming world, from Hulu to Crunchyroll to HBO Max, and that was like almost a decade, and just going from early days at Hulu when buying video over the internet wasn't really a thing, or just like watching video over the internet wasn't really a thing yet, and then fast forwarding to launching HBO Max, and that's when like all the big companies were working on the streaming wars and like going at it with each other. And then after that, it felt like the future of media wasn't going to be more big media companies, like more New York Times, more Disney's, more Netflix's. Like those were going to be big media companies, but more and more people were just picking up their phone and starting their own media business, for lack of a better way of putting it. And this was like 2020-ish, 2019. And I started a company that was trying to help individuals, small teams, grow their own media business. It was like, the idea was like, take everything that we learned from Hulu, from the streaming, like building these consumer subscription services, these big streaming products, and give these like marketing and product and engineering and growth resources to individuals and small teams. And did that for a little while, tried a bunch of stuff. Most of it didn't work. And we got a little bit of traction helping paid newsletters send like marketing emails, lifecycle emails to help onboard new readers, convert new readers to paid subscribers, and retain paid subscribers. And after doing that for a while, like 85% of our customers were on Substack. And we developed a good relationship with that team, and they ended up acquiring the company. And I joined Substack, was there for almost 2 years, and awesome time there. Still a huge fan of Substack and everything they're working on over there. But I was kind of getting an entrepreneurial itch again, and left Substack, and I was wondering what to do. And I was like having a hard time really getting excited about anything in media at that point. Everybody was working on like AI stuff and LLM stuff, and just like turning something into a lot more media, like turning a blog post into tweets, casts, all this crap, right? And it felt like feeding the noise machine a bit. And so I just couldn't get excited about that. even though I bet there is like a, products out there to be built, and there's a ton of them already out there. At that time though, I also, I was just like messing around, and I've been into crypto for a while, like, dating back to the like Bitcoin in early 2010s, Ethereum mid 2010s. But I obviously didn't really work in crypto and didn't really do much in the consumer crypto space. It was mostly from an investor lens, buying ETH and Bitcoin basically. And around this time, I stumbled across Farcaster, and I saw the frames experience, and I saw the paragraph frame in particular. And for context, right before I'd left Substack, we had launched Notes, which was like a Twitter-esque feed, Twitter-esque product. And right after we launched that, all links from Twitter to Substack got severed, got shut down overnight. And that was a big deal because a lot of the people who were writing on Substack depended on getting a lot of traffic from Twitter. And this was their livelihood. This is how people were putting food on the table, through their Substack. And so they got super pissed at us. They were like, why did you launch this? Like, you just nuked my business. But we kind of knew that that was the direction that Web 2 was going. Like Twitter was becoming more of a siloed walled garden, Instagram, TikTok. None of them wanted to be used as audience building platforms anymore. And they all were trying to get you to do everything in their platform, sell subscriptions, sell merch, etc. YouTube is another great example. And that's why Substack launched Notes. That's why you see like all these other products trying to launch social feeds. And seeing the interoperability of Farcaster and Paragraph, I was like, wow, like had we had that with Twitter and Substack, the world would have been a better place. And so I reached out to Colin at Paragraph. We hit it off right away. And like a week later, I was working at Paragraph. And I've been here now for like a year and a half, I think. Time's totally warped since having a baby. But yeah, we've done a lot of cool stuff over the past year and a half. And I'd say a big part of what we did initially was just try to like focus the product. We had a bunch of different bets around monetization and a bunch of different things. Like we had and like full-blown newsletter platform and publishing platform too. And so a big thing that we've been working on this year and last year too was just like, what can we do to help writers make money, have readers pay writers in new, unique ways that are compelling and that are actually like a lot better than what exists out there right now, which is obviously very hard, to do something new and 10x better than what is out there today. And I'd say like writer coins are probably the thing that is like the best bet that I think we've made so far in that realm, because I just feel like they have some elements of what made paid subscriptions work really well, but they like tap into some unique things around like being able to participate in the growth of a writer over time. Like I'm sorry, I'm like rambling so hard right now. But let me just throw one more thought out there. At Substack, when I was like dog fooding our product, launch a paid newsletter, and just did it like messing around, did not expect it to do anything. And I remember like getting obviously the first person to pay for it. You're like, holy shit, who, like somebody just bought an annual subscription to this newsletter? Like
Right.
what the hell is going on? But even like the first dozen or so, you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe people are actually paying for this. Like these are angels walking earth. And I always was like, the confidence they gave me and the like gratitude I felt for them was way deeper than the nominal dollar exchange that happened there, and they had no upside in being early to buy that paid subscription, other than like, I guess, maybe encouraging me to write for a longer period of time than I would have if I'd gotten no paid subscriptions. But like, how cool would it be if they actually participated in the upside as my newsletter got better and bigger? And I feel like if we can like tap into that, then we'll see a lot more of that activity. We'll see a lot more early action around people who are like doing any kind of creative endeavor online. And that will not only lead to a lot more people doing these creative efforts, but it'll lead to a much bigger economy around these creative projects too.
Love it.
100%. I loved everything you said. There's so many questions that I could have about your background, but I'm curious about the writer coins. Just like dive into it a little deeper. We're both tech nerds, so like would love to just like get into the nitty gritty. Like tokenomics is such a like insane thing. I've been working with an artist collective and like trying to build the ZAO into a decentralized artist collective, but like and more. I know Najee's had a project out there for the last few years where he's just been gaining very organic one by one, like talking to each and every NFT holder. So like having something there where you can participate in the upside of a creator, I think is a reason why a lot of people came into this space. But the challenge to do that is a lot greater. So I think I'm super excited to see what you guys do with this. I'm curious to hear how the different paragraph posts work because recently I've just been coining everything on paragraph because of like the meta right now, and I really don't like it personally for a lot of different reasons because like nothing is like well paired. So I'm curious because the coolest thing I had found so far was pairing something like right now we're streaming to retake and pairing my retake token with my newsletter, where even if I just wanted to collect a collectible in my newsletter, I could buy a $1 worth. It's hitting my streaming chart. I'm able to get a collectible, and hypothetically speaking, if that coin goes up, I could sell a portion of that collectible and still keep like the content that's on that collectible. So I'm really interested in like things like that. But I don't know if that's a simple question or even leads to a question. I don't know if Brian, you have a question on that, but like just curious more on the tokenomics or like what you guys are thinking of how it would work out.
Yeah, I could ramble for a little bit longer and see where it goes. So one pressing thing that I think you kind of hit on is whether or not there's going to be like one creator coin for every creator, or if there's going to be like multiple coins per creator, and how that all kind of shakes out. I think right now, so Zora is the obvious like first mover on creator coins, and a lot of people have those. And with writer coins on Paragraph, you can pair that coin. You can pair your writer coin with your Zora creator coin. In fact, that's what I did when I launched my writer coin, just to be the guinea pig, and iron out a shit ton of bugs. Sorry, I don't know if I can curse, but
You're
I
good.
did. So we launched my coin and paired it with my creator coin on Zora, and it's mostly I have like one picture of my dog on there, but that's it, and just kind of experimenting over there too. And somebody bought like a lot of my writer coin, and I don't know who it is, but when they did, the market cap on my Zora creator coin shot up, and I got like a notification like, hey, your the market cap on your creator coin passed whatever. And I think that's interesting, where you could envision having like medium specific or platform specific coins. You could have a writer coin on Paragraph. You could have more of like your Instagram visual image centric coin on Zora. You could have a live stream token. You could have, your podcast token on Pods. And the most of the linking and all that stuff happens in the background. And the idea there is like, just let your audience buy whatever coin wherever they spend the most time. If somebody's like listening to your podcast, they can buy your podcast coin on a podcast platform. If somebody is reading your newsletter, they can buy, your writer coin on Paragraph, and let the linking and that all the math stuff on the background kind of work out without drudging your audience with like the details and mechanics of how all that works. I will say like a lot of the math stuff is finger in the wind right now. Like people are feeling it out. We work really closely with the Doppler team, and they work really closely with Zora and a lot of Coop Records, a lot of other people who are experimenting with coins. And Austin was on from Doppler was on 11 a.m. Podcast from Seed Club, and he was talking about like how all this stuff is just like it's all like vibes right now. That's how we're making these decisions on like allocation and investing schedules and like the pricing of coins, which is like probably the most nightmarish aspect of all this. So I would say all that hopefully gets sorted out over time as we get through like a lot of experimentation and a lot of what they'll call like, price discovery, a lot of just markets being out in the wild and proliferating. And then, you'll get better answers on the math part. I think the bigger question sitting above all this is just like, will people actually buy coins? And will they? And personally, I think, another thing we talk about at Paragraph a lot is why people will buy coins, what their motivation is. And I tend to think that if it's just speculation, that's a really small market relative to a lot of other motivations out there, like patronage or self-expression or utility. Like, and you saw Zora today, or within the past couple days, launch being able to message somebody. But you have to buy a certain amount of creator coins to send a message to somebody. That's like a very explicit utility motivation. Like, and that's what we see a lot on like Substack. You paywall certain posts. You only give access to commenting to paid subscribers. You can join a Zoom call for paid subscribers. Like, a lot of the access and utility stuff totally makes sense. I think crypto is especially well positioned to do a lot more of the self-expression stuff. I mean, NFTs are a great example of that. And you talked about it earlier, how you like the open edition NFTs and stuff like that. And I think you could bring NFTs back, even limited edition NFTs, in conjunction with coin purchases. Like, say, what better symbol to say, like, I'm the top holder, than like giving them some kind of NFT. And maybe that NFT evaporates if you sell or something, but like, or somebody buys more than you. But I always felt like NFTs were great at badging and symbolizing, signaling things about, who you are and what you're interested in. And I think there's no reason why they couldn't work in conjunction with ERC20s coins.
1000%. Now we're cooking. I love it. I think, Reid, and you'll probably agree, like, there's an interesting juxtaposition that, like, especially these companies, especially these developers are building these tools, kind of have to go through. It's like, in the beginning, when we had like the manifolds, we had like third webs and stuff, where it was basically like, creator, do whatever you want. You pick the numbers, you pick the times, you pick everything that you can do with this smart contract. And creators are like, wait, what? So now, as we kind of went to, no, we're going to structure it ourselves. Now the creators were like, okay, but we want some freedom. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's really cool to see, the projects that are still here that are kind of like, okay, let's A/B test as much as we can in the fastest amount of time to try to get, the easiest workflow for the customers, the creators, and also for their fans. You mentioned it's a new relationship that we're having between the fans and the creators, where the fans are actually like the earliest investors at this point. We use the term investors, quote unquote, so we don't get in trouble, but that's exactly what it is. They're investing in that early journey. I think, the use case of, fans of the authorship is so like interesting, because I thought that side would have happened way early in Web3, way early in Web3. So it's interesting to see that, we're finally getting to like the topic of, creator coins coming up, and, authors and subscriptions. This is probably one of the only times where I'm like, okay, to subscription models, when it's like direct to a creator. You know what I'm saying? Because subscription models is kind of a slippery slope in general for humans, but it is really cool. So I don't know, talk to us a little bit more, like, because I know Paragraph is Zol's like dap of choice. Like, that is his longest use. Like, he's there every day, daily journaling and all that good stuff. It's pretty cool. So do you guys have a lot of users that have been kind of like beta testing or utilizing Paragraph like as long as he has?
Yeah, we got people who've been writing on Paragraph for a long time. We have a lot of, like, as you would expect, people in crypto writing on Paragraph. We have people that are not, like Brandon Donnelly, who I just featured, not a crypto writer at all. He writes about like real estate and commercial real estate, urban development, city building, like really fascinating things, like, that I would have never like seeked out, but just because he writes on Paragraph, I read about it. I'm like, damn, that's like really fascinating. He was the first person to launch a writer coin, and he did it because he's like interested in crypto. And that's why he writes on Paragraph. And he wrote a great post on his newsletter today about why he launched the writer coin, why he chose to write on Paragraph. So yeah, we get like a pretty wide variety of people writing on Paragraph, and it's always awesome to see. Yeah, I reacting to the subscription point. I feel like, one of the things I
That's
was
cool.
feeling at Substack was like a little bit of the paid subscription fatigue, and obviously coming from the streaming world now, everybody bitches at me every time something happens with like their streaming service, like all my friends do. They're bitching at me about like YouTube TV dropping Disney, ABC recently, and
Yeah.
not being able to watch like college football games.
Yeah.
And now a lot of them are like bitching at me about like, paid subscription fatigue. And I think that could be a thing. And I feel like one of the reasons I like writer coins is that it's like, if we could find a way to make it compelling to do like repeat writer coin purchases that feel better, like it can't feel like a straight up investment, like you're reinvesting in a stock or something. But it can feel better than a paid subscription, where it just feels so transactional, you know. So I think trying to thread that needle is really interesting too, in terms of monetization for writers and something that feels better for readers over time.
Loving it. Loving it. How you feeling, Z? Like,
Yeah, there's a million things going through my head. So in the technical of it all, right? So you said you paired your Writer coin with your Zora coin. That means that every single purchase that happens on your coin is happening on that Zora coin. I think we had a question a little bit earlier. Mumbo is asking, and I think the answer to this question is no right now, because everything is pairing and it's just two. So there's nothing that you're basically saying, like, for the actual creator coin, you can only really connect with one coin, correct? Because like that's how
At
pairing
least
works.
with Paragraph,
Eh,
writer coins, you can only pair it with one other coin. And people have been asking us to support pairing it with like clankers and like all ERC20s, whether that be like a community token or like a clanker. So I think we're open to that idea. There is some hard stuff around liquidity there. Like if you pair it with a token that doesn't have like a lot of liquidity, then it becomes kind of gnarly to deal with.
mm,
Um, and my understanding, which I'm not, like, I'm probably not the best person to talk to. Colin on our team and Dario, who basically built a lot of the smart contracts around post coins and writer coins, would be much better to talk to. But I think when we talk about pairing coins, they're just sharing a liquidity pool in a way that if people are buying one, it benefits the other.
yeah. So on that, then where do the posts come in? That every single post is bot hits the creator coin or the writer coin, or is there an additional pairing that you can do, or is it individualized at all? How is that going to work then with the newsletters?
So how we were initially designing it was trying to manage having post coins and writer coins live alongside each other. And it felt really difficult to support like the upselling of both of those next to each other. So where we netted out for now, at least, is if you launch a writer coin, all of like the coin purchase buttons on your post pages and publication homepage throughout the product, throughout like your account on Paragraph, point to buying the writer coin. So there's not
Okay.
really any post
Yeah.
coins
Okay, that
after you
makes
launch
sense.
a writer
Yeah,
coin.
yeah, yeah. No, that's cool. I like that because it just like simplifies everything. It's
Yeah.
not a paired with a paired. It's just like your writer coin now on Paragraph. Everything you're doing in the future is paired to that. That's pretty cool.
We
okay,
haven't,
so that's a
and
little different. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just going to say real quick, we haven't got, we still like having post coins because we know not everybody's going to want a writer coin. And so post coins still allow you to like write something and monetize it on Paragraph if you prefer that route.
Okay, cool. So that is different. That is a little different from Zora. Zora, you can have your creator coin, and then the posts are still coins as well too. So in the Paragraph model, it's one or the other, which is that's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, one thing that we noticed from Zora was their volume, both transaction volume and the amount of money being changing hands is the vast majority of that now is through creator coins, not content coins on Zora, which you can see on one of their Dune dashboards, which was really interesting. I mean, I think like I would have been pretty bullish on creator coins going into it, but it's different to see like how the share of transaction volume, both dollar amount and transaction count, have shifted to creator coins.
Love it. Love it. Got an awesome comment over here on Retake. Shout out to the Retake homies in chat. Gerald Viking said, imagine writing something that literally earns while it inspires. And I think that piece is like why I hopped in, like that ethos is why I hopped into Web3 blockchain to begin with. Was like, okay, we're building this new creator economy. We're removing some middlemen as much as possible. Creators connecting with their fans, getting paid, on the spot, which is really solid. So yeah, shout out to Gerald. It's good to see you.
I think also like encouraging people to share stuff is really valuable too. Like that's how writers get more readers, through sharing it, whether it's like texting your friend, forwarding an email, or sharing it on social. And if you have like upside in how that writer performs over time, you are way more incentivized to share. And I feel like that creates like really positive sum sharing loops that can be like tremendously valuable.
And I like that a lot. It's a really good 0 to 1 for creators to just come in, start building, start continuing to just do something consistently, which is post like articles, and from that be able to leverage all of these other points in Web3 without having to like know all of the stuff about like having a crypto wallet and all these things that they get the benefit of, but like slowly they can learn it by just like creating a newsletter subscription and building that subscriber base. So it's a really good onboarding tool for me. I've been really loving it because over the last year, I've been trying to post every day, not every single day, but we've been dubbing it the year of the Zao. And this is the second or third year that I've been using Paragraph, and it's just been really cool to see you guys evolve over time. For me, like I would have never started writing a newsletter if it wasn't for Paragraph, because it was like, okay, cool, these have NFTs, now I have a reason to write. Right. So like it was very cool for me, and having that experience to just like see you guys grow into being now thinking about this like big picture on this level of someone like Azora and what they're doing, and how you can leverage the same meta of creator coins to really bring monetization to these writers, this specific set of creators. And I think the coolest thing about that is like it really starts to bring that profit margin to writers. And because writing is like anything, you can really bring that anywhere, right? Like you could be doing A, B, or C different things, but in the end of the day, you can write about all of them. So I think all of the artists and musicians out there that I've been working with have always been pushing to like always like start a newsletter and just like do this, even if it's once every 3 months, like just like have it so you can start doing the email list, because like we haven't had the like crypto wallet list CRM really pop off yet, but like that is definitely the future. And that's the reason I started building on Paragraph, was to start building that list. So having that paired as well as an email and wallet combo, I think is one of the coolest advantages you guys have in leveling that up. And something that I really like that maybe I'll ask more about, or if you guys are going to bring back, was like XMTP sending newsletters over that, because I think that was maybe a thing at one point,
Oh,
but like
we
never
still
heard.
have it. Yeah, we still
Okay,
have it.
so maybe I just missed it
And
in the last
also
topic.
another cool like distribution thing we do is we have the Paragraph mini app, and if your readers have the mini app installed, we send a notification through Farcaster when you have a new post come out. And so that's like a cool way, and it's kind of related to wallet, wallet newsletter distribution.
So we got an amazing question. Could we build a newsletter myself next? You 100% could. We don't even need to pop on a stream to do that. You could just go to paragraph.com, sign in with your email, right? And then just press newsletter. But we could definitely chat more about it, Freeze. I appreciate the question. It's always really cool. Yeah, I love that. So XMTP, I need to figure out more. The challenge I think with XMTP is the receiver usually has to turn on XMTP, right? Like,
Well,
how does the like, because that's like the biggest challenge I've seen, but now seeing the base app take on
yeah, base
XMTP,
app
and
could
like
change.
maybe you could start sending it through the base app, right? Like, and it is
Yeah,
over XMTP, and you could send to all of your wallet subscribers if they are on there, right? But like,
yeah,
it could be a place that like is social enough that like, okay, this is enough people using this that it XMTP really has a place where like, a person that's you're sending your thing to, they're actually receiving it, right? So I
right.
love I love seeing more integrations with that. So curious about if you guys have any like bigger picture plans with like that messaging feature, the wallet aspect of an email list.
I think you kind of nailed it. Like XMTP is always been a part of the product, but I feel like it hasn't like just consumers haven't really like checked their wallet for newsletters like the way that they check email like every day and it's part of their daily routine. So email's always been like really powerful and will probably continue to be for some time. We are definitely bullish on the base app and always thinking about like ways that we can integrate deeply with the base app, Farcaster. Um, and yeah, just always trying to figure out ways to take advantage of interoperability. Like Jacob from Zora wrote a post on Paragraph when we did the coin pairing for post coins and just stuff like that. We are always on the lookout for like how we can, because I think we're still very much in like a rising tides lifts all boats because consumer crypto outside of like the straight up betting apps and casino aspect of it is still really small, you know? So the more we can kind of improve each other's products and just make the ecosystem better broadly, I think the better off all of us are.
Boom. Well
1,000%.
said. Yeah, I love it. Rising tide lifts all boats has been my favorite like, slogan through this whole thing. It's kind of like why I built the ZOW. I think there's so much value in this challenge of like the starving artist in the like you said earlier, like streaming wars world. That like you talk streaming and you say it in a TV sense, but streaming on like the music side has been one of the biggest conversations in on J music that's always been repeated, right? Like how streaming has changed the market for independent creators. So I think finding ways that we can band together and help each other learn, good workflows and best practices in being an artist, not necessarily in doing your own thing, but like, okay, cool, there's this tool out here like Paragraph that helps you do X, Y, and Z. And then that also helps you build your community out where you're learning more people that are doing the same thing you're doing in the like content creator community building sense, but you can, get these, standardizations from folks. So I think tools like like Paragraph really help complement that, forward facing side of the independent artist industry. B, do you
Totally.
have any questions? Like I'm excited. I want to make my writer coin right now. Like that's what I want to do, is that I
I love
I
it.
feel like maybe I will.
More more so on the growth side because we got head of growth here, Reid, at Paragraph. Do we have some like projection numbers of like how many new authors, new writers we're trying to onboard onto this platform? What kind of writers are we looking for? Are we looking for people to write about anything? Like what's some of the some of the things that you look for when you're trying to bring people into the platform?
I think the number one thing we're trying to find right now is like some form of like some way for readers to support writers in a new compelling way that's way better than what exists out there. Once we see that magic sauce happening, then I think we can like truly amplify it and go out and try to bring people on. We're always talking to writers, both those on Paragraph and those that I've worked with in the past from Substack and other. There's a lot of publishing platforms online now, like there's a lot of crypto writers not on Paragraph that are like easy targets for us, So like I I think that's the main thing we're working on right now. Like what is like that secret sauce we can enable, and then that gives us like a really powerful pitch to go try to bring writers on chain through Paragraph. And like we also talk about like how maybe like our core differentiator is more on the smart contract side of things, not on the publishing tool side of things. So we're very flexible on like what the product experience could look like over time. But I think the key when you're working with like crypto primitives is like take advantage of like new monetization features that you can use on chain that you can't do elsewhere.
1,000,000%. Because that's like there's so many writers in the world, and that is an easy like writing as an art form isn't too different depending on what UI you put it in, right? Like you are
They're all
writing
the
text,
same. They're all
right?
the
So
same.
it's like every single one of those artists, like a big challenge with musicians and like working in the space I've been trying to attack in on-chain music is that like everyone's art form is different. So it's impossible to give them a standardization for like, this is how you should attack Web3 because everyone wants a different thing and like is at a different point. But like most writers as a whole want to get better and their art form is a very simple, like text based thing. So I think it's a really cool opportunity to be able to just like onboard web 2 creators because if the writers move, like their readers will move too, right? Like that's always been my thought with
Yeah.
musicians, but the challenge is a lot
One
greater. So
let me throw out like one of the features that we have that we shipped maybe a couple months ago is this cross post feature, and it lets any writer on any other platform with an RSS feed, which is virtually any newsletter platform, if they add their RSS link, check a box in settings, every new post they publish is automatically cross posted and published through Paragraph. And that allows them to tap into all of the monetization features on Paragraph. And I think for a lot of the primary use case when we launched it was looking at crypto writers on Farcaster. And if they just grab their Paragraph link and post it on Farcaster, it's like way more easily read, way more easily supported through coins. So it just allows like a much better reading experience than sharing like a Substack link or some other link on Farcaster.
1,000,000%. I love it. So I decided I'm just gonna do it here on stream because why
Wow.
not?
Let's
Because
do it.
we got Reid here. We got a opportunity to launch the
This
writer
will be a
coins.
great
So
like
show how easy it
UX.
is.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. This will be a great
Because
UX
I pressed
test.
it and I was like, oh shit, I don't want to press another okay and accidentally like skip over this. But okay, so this is my dashboard. As you can see, I have a couple newsletters here. We've been writing a little bit, 242
That's
published,
amazing.
right? So it's been a blessing because like my goal has always been like a 1 minute read because my thought is always like with most of my musicians don't read their email anyways. So it's like most people don't read their email. So if I can make it easier to read it than to archive it, then that'll be a win. So
Yeah.
that's my goal. But here we go. So we'll launch our creator coin, our writer coin specifically on Paragraph, and then each one in the future will be attached to that. So I'm gonna now I'm not sure what I want to pair it with.
Do you have a Zora Creator Coin?
I do, yeah. Actually, that's the only thing I can pair it with, huh? So let
Yeah.
me. I should be posting more on
Would
Zora.
you want to pair it with something else?
I would totally if I was, but like I'm also, yeah. It's its own weird thing because a lot of artists don't want to create new coins because like there's so much speculation for coins with artists. It's a lot different than like a streamer, someone like that's doing something in that vein. So I think the opportunity there is really great for people. I personally will be trying to make a diff- different creator coins and trying different things out so that I can advise people on like how things are working. Like you said, everything's such a fly in the wind because these artists' reputations can be at stake when they do launch a coin. That's such a big part of like B and I's part is like we love testing, we love beta testing, we love trying things out, we love seeing what works. So yeah, I mean, let me find my Zora Creator Coin thing because that's the only one I can be paired with right now, or any ERC.
That's the only one right now, but obviously we're
That's perfect. I'm fine doing that with Zora. It'll give me a reason to start posting on Zora again. I just need to grab the thing. So B, I don't know if you have any couple last questions so that we can make sure we get any last questions you had or anything that was in the chat. I didn't get a chance to read with everything.
Let me see. Let me take a look at the chat.
Here, I'm gonna just
Uh,
share this tab real quick. Shout out Mumbo. I saw him. He was in there. I don't have a lot of people on my Kazora Creator Coin, but I want to shout out Mumbo since he is here
Yeah,
and on
if you
there.
grab the contract address, that's what you'll pair it with, I believe.
Perfect. So we'll
The
switch.
only other question I had regarding like emerging tech in the writing community is how we're kind of feeling about AI and like this
Yeah, man.
AI just
I think it's actually really important. I wouldn't say like writing. Obviously, LLMs are way better at writing than other medium. I don't, but I mean, my buddy sent me a AI song earlier, and I was like, it was like a soul version of like some '90s song, "Lightning Crashes," and it was actually like pretty good and interesting. Um, I don't know if like I just feel like my relationship with writing and reading has changed quite a bit since LLMs have come out. Like I find myself reading a little less online, reading a little more books or like older stuff, and who knows how that changes over time. I've heard a lot of people say like live streaming is going to be way more important moving forward because like it's harder to enhance it with AI. And I think that's true. And I think you guys are doing a great job. But live streaming in general can be a little messier than like a well thought out piece of writing, I guess,
A million percent. It's a completely different media form, right?
Yeah, it's
That's why,
definitely.
like, Brian's been saying that the whole time. We're like, we've been doing Twitter Spaces for the last few years. That's the like staple of Web3, and realizing that like that is live, but it's different when you're not on video, right? Like, there's just a different feel to it. So coming over here and being like, oh, you just like you got to be able to be okay with making mistakes. I think it makes me a lot more okay with like this whole creator coin meta of like we're all trying things out. But I agree with you. There's a lot of, like we're saying, artists, whether they be writers, whether they be musicians, whether they be visual artists, that are very particular with what they post and curate as their creations. So I think finding ways to enhance that. My thing I've been doing this year, over at least the last few months, is I've been doing one social media post for like X, Farcaster, a couple of channels, and then my group chats, Telegram, Discord, and those group chats. And linking it, because most other than Farcaster can only have one embed, linking my paragraph posts in every single thing, because this year has been, my goal has been to push people towards that, not necessarily more subscribers, but just getting better at the workflow and finding ways that we can add additional monetization features. So this conversation has been great. It's awesome to hear that you guys are super forward thinking and like excited about this meta and just like getting more involved with how we can. I've been a big Farcaster Maxi over the last year, I guess. Went to Farcon and I think I got hooked because it was the first like crypto event I went to where I came back with more money in my pocket than I left with. And personally, like that had never happened. Like honestly, even just making money at events, because I'm not an artist, I'm a creator in a different sense, trying to found an organization that's a whole different mess that you have to deal with. So being able to earn creator bounties through Farcaster for a couple of different things, was for making a couple of videos. One was Let's Talk About Web3, actually. Shout out Let's Talk About Web3 and Pods. But it was just really cool. That added to my like, okay, content creators can be anything now. And I think adding the like writers into this content creator like bubble of like entrepreneur, you have to do all these millions of other things if you want to be a writer and like do that, right? You unfortunately have to compete with how society is today, and finding tools that make that easier, make that seamless without asking for these humongous cuts later along the way, but in fact helping benefit them in finding their first graders and first collectors and consumers, and helping re-reward them after the fact. So yeah, I don't know if you have any last things you want to. I know you guys are doing writer coins. I'm gonna open this up. We're gonna create our writer coin. I don't know if you have any last words before I continue here.
Let's
I
keep it
assume there's
rolling.
a couple more words. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. UI
This is
presses.
so this is
Okay.
a step where you can reward people who've
Oh
supported
my
you in the
goodness,
past.
this is amazing.
Yeah, this well, I'm most excited about this. So you can
This
send
is
some of your
amazing.
Rider coins to people that have your Zora creator coin, holders of your Zora creator coin, your current subscribers that have a wallet, because we need a wallet to send the coins to. We're probably gonna work on embedded wallets very soon, which would allow you to send coins to all your subscribers, even if they don't have a
100%.
wallet.
That's
And
great.
so this is the kind of thread we like to pull with like Web 2 stuff, where it's like
This
you
is
can
great. No,
imagine someone.
I love this. I'm excited. This is the
Yeah.
thing we need more of. People thinking about this part right here. This has always been my push for like any artist I talk to, and they ask me, what can I do? Always, I'm like, like I've been an artist manager, even though I don't do day-to-day things anymore. Like they always are like, oh man, what can I do? It's like, do you have an email list? Do you have it written out? And now, especially if you're a Web3 artist, do you have your token address list, right? Like if you, I don't know, can you add more people is the only thing that I guess our
Not
question
yet,
is.
not yet, but we
That's
like
fine.
the
I'm okay with it right
after.
now because we got to try it. But
Yeah.
that's like if you could do that, then it's just very simple. Like all of my ex subscribers, all my ex subscribers here.
Oh yeah,
It's like
we have.
bringing people in from somewhere else to the paragraph to subscribe, right? Like let me say I could screenshot this and say I'm going to do it in 24 hours, and like if you want
Oh
to get
dude, that's brilliant.
in this
You
thing, right?
actually
Like
probably
you could
should do
pull up.
that.
Yeah, actually, let's do that. Let's do that
That's a
instead.
great idea.
I
We're
like that.
about to add Farcaster followers to this reward list,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna do mirror collectors as well. Right now, it's just paragraph collectors. We're excited about the Farcaster addition. Twitter X followers is also a great idea. Again, it gets harder when it's off chain because they just they don't have wallets.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to link but I don't know, where there's a will there's a way. But we're really excited about this part of Rider Coins because we know that like the early moments after you launch a Rider Coin are going to be very important for generating awareness and excitement, and giving out these rewards to people who've supported you in the past is probably one of the best things you could do in terms of like encouraging them to share the launch of your Rider Coin and to get more people aware of it, more excitement for it. So we think this is actually like a really important step. So I'm glad that you kind of reacted to it the way you did.
So, and then my question would be, how do these allocations work? They're not immediate,
So
or
they
are they
are
immediate?
immediate. They are
Okay.
immediate.
So how does that work then in terms of buying it? Or
We thought about vesting these, but um, it felt like a bit too much friction, and it's not
especially
like
if they've already been subscribed for a while.
it's
Like doing
yeah.
this thing is different. That's why I'm thinking investing. But no, I like that like mindset because it's just like, yeah, boom, you guys have been here for a minute. Let's rock this out.
And a big thing that we're thinking about with coins broadly is just how to get more coins moving around. Like, don't treat them so precious. Try to reward valuable behavior. Don't be super scared of spam and bots. Like, we are obviously going to try our asses off to like prevent that kind of behavior, but you don't want to block out like rewarding all this valuable behavior for the shitty 5% of behavior.
Right.
So um yeah, this is a very important part of Rider Coins and what we're thinking about.
Man,
Am I
I'm like now
am I
working on
able?
my whole like post thing here on this side so I can try and get it out before the end. But yeah, I'm
So
listening, but I'm typing over here.
am I able to add my OG mainnet list of wallets on
So
my 721? Go ahead.
right now it's like we were just trying to provide like really strong defaults and take care of a lot of the reward stuff so that it's like all you really got to do is click a button and then boom, all the rewards are sent out. I think over time, obviously, we're going to add a lot more flexibility on this. Like being able to just send your Rider Coin, like we have right now, it's like a 5% share that goes toward these rewards. And right now, it's baked into the launch of the Rider Coin, which I think is actually really valuable. But you could imagine after you launch, you still have like some allocation that you can just send out to whoever you want. And I think that would be really cool too, because then you could, there's probably things we haven't thought of, like Twitter followers or people that have supported you on other platforms that you kind of have like a list of wallet addresses.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Z, you're over there cooking, making sure I'm in there, right? Some of that allocation.
Yeah, when we were testing mine, like Colin and Qualta and Dario, like people on our team got allocation. I was like, y'all better not sell that.
Oh, I'll look at the blocks later. I have no issue with years from now setting an AI to go figure out who sold it. So like that's the beauty of the blocks, right? But no, B is actually one of the very few people who have collected. So if I pull this back up, that 4 supporters at the bottom or 12 collectors. It's that 12 collectors.
Yeah,
B is definitely one of those and a supporter, I think, and definitely a subscriber. And I think also a token holder. So he has one of each of those.
If you can click into it and see like the list of people, and it's like sorted by so these are all wallet addresses.
But I saw .eth. Yes. Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
Go to collectors.
God. I love this. Yes.
Like the stuff on Paragraph, you should be able to see a lot more of because we
just have this is beautiful. You guys can see this, right? So we got Onaji, Jed, Eric, Madnet, Dancing Joy, Easy, MIDI Punks. Wow, all these people are amazing. This is really cool. I love the I love everything about it. I'm gonna do this tomorrow. Whoever wants to join.
After you launch, if you go to your Paragraph blog /coin, Qualta on our team just shipped this today. It's like you can actually go to mine right now just to get a feel for it. So paragraph.com /@ Reid Tandy, REID TANDY.
You're gonna need to spell that one more time.
REID.
From the start, is it not? Did you say at?
Yeah, @ Reid Tandy, REID TANDY, and then /coin. Can I chat this to you somehow?
Yes, please do. Yes, this private chat at the bottom left. That'd be much better. Perfect. Because I was trying to copy Brandon's one and do it.
Yeah, he has one as well.
Well, it's okay. The link here in the mini app is the one I was trying to use. So that was not. There's like a .com and then -coin. But
we got hippie vibes in the building as well too. She said she needs in. So yeah.
So 1,000,000%. Paragraph.com. Yeah. That's the beauty of it, right? So it says morning do yours.
Yes. And so you can look at the list of supporters there. And then if you look at community rewards, these are people.
That's awesome. The people who claimed that.
This is all the people that got rewards, and you can see who's claimed, who hasn't. So you could even like reach out to people directly, be like, "Yo, you need to claim your rewards."
Yeah, no,
that's pretty cool.
Slick, guys. I will have to stream tomorrow. Be real quick of me pressing this, just so I can finish like the video, the long tutorial, or we'll have to cut it up. But yeah, it's as simple as pressing buy, and I don't know if you guys can. Yeah, you can't see this, but I'm pressing sign. Well, continue with the Pocket Universe, of course, and then sign. Boom. It's that easy. I love it. That's very cool. I will definitely ship mine tomorrow and make my post about it tomorrow as well. So
let me know when you do.
This is cool.
I mean, I'll probably, we have like notifications set up, so I'll probably see it, but just in case I miss it.
1,000,000%. I'll at you and say we had such a great conversation today, because it was a really a blessing to have you here. Yeah, thank you for coming on. I know you got to get back to the 4-month-old, so I appreciate you for even just taking this hour of time to chat with us about what you guys are thinking about the growth of Paragraph. I'll let B do one last question before we go, and then raid someone over here on Twitch.
I think the only question I have is like, where can the people find you? Are you mostly living on Farcaster? Is that your?
I spend way more time on Farcaster and Twitter these days. And my newsletter, I'm trying to write more. So that'd be a good place to keep in touch. And would encourage anybody to start a paragraph. We were talking about writing and the value of it earlier. I tend to think like writing is the best way to like pull ideas and thoughts from my head and like really know what I'm thinking. Is like trying to turn stuff in my head into an actual written post is so helpful for just like clarifying thoughts and clarifying how I actually think about something. Because like often I find myself like thinking that I know about something or feeling like I have a clear opinion on something, but then when you try to write about it, it's like all muddled,
Oh, a
you know?
million percent.
So
Yeah, it makes sense in your brain to yourself, but being able to like actually explain that to other people takes its own challenges and communicate that well. So writing's such a good vessel for that.
yes. And so even if you're writing for yourself only, I think that's a great reason to write a newsletter, not to like make money or build an audience or whatever. Just write for yourself. And the writers that that I've like, fallen in love with tend to only write for themselves and write selfishly. And I think that is, something that anybody could do. So yeah, if you're ready to start writing, paragraph.com, create a newsletter, let us know any feedback, please. We always love product feedback, especially for new users.
Well, I have a
So
quick
yeah,
question. You said the remix, but is the remix still there?
should
The
be.
re I'm not
So
seeing it, but maybe that's just this person's. Is it an option that people can choose to do?
I think there is like I'm not sure if there's like an on-off toggle. I do think we need to rethink remixing in a writer coin world. Because like I
Mhm.
said, post
Oh yeah, it
coins.
was just that person. I see it here.
Yeah. So
Okay.
so we're really excited about the remix feature and want to figure out a way to bring it back. And I'd say that more broadly about post coins too. I think for just this introductory period with writer coins, it was so hard to try to figure out a way to like have both of them
Mm.
in the product together. So we just tried to simplify and really focus on writer coins.
That makes sense. No, I love the when you guys announced the remix feature after coins, I thought to myself, right now I don't have the time, but what I really want to do is start a new publication that's a little more active, that's just like reactions to other people's posts plus like my other just like longer thoughts. Like I said, I try and do that like 60 seconds to keep it short, but I definitely like am excited about that wave. And now I think with the creator coins act or the writer coins being actualized now, it's definitely a good another reason to do that on a new account. So I'm excited here. I think the remix feature is going to be a blast. I think these writer coins are going to be a blast, and you guys will see mine tomorrow. So thank you, Reid, for your time being here with us. It's been a blast, and we'll hopefully catch you soon.
It's been so much fun. Really appreciate you having me on and appreciate all the time.
1,000,000%. We'll catch you.
All
All
right,
right. See
thanks,
you
Reid.
guys. Bye.
Okay. You wanna get someone up on the old raid ski?
Yes, sir.
Does it do
Amazing.
both of us? Okay, so what I learned,
I don't know.
Freeze is now my writer. Freeze, if you're here. If you want to raid for me, you can too, but I got it if you're not, because I'm getting over here. Actually, right on the thing, it's there. So let's see.
Amazing combo, man. I'm a
Yeah,
mirror guy,
that was
so
awesome.
I'm definitely gonna have to. I'll be in there.
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
in
I
there.
mean, well, you'll have an allocation of my coins. So you have to figure it out so you can find it and claim it.
There we go.
There we
That's
go.
what I'm talking about. I'm gonna shoot it over. Let's see. Let's see.
I got
My guy
waving
Alex.
mute. Okay,
My
go.
guy Alex is up, so I'm gonna.
I don't see Alex. Is that just me?
Alex can't drive. 2 X's. I'll shoot it over here
Perfect.
in chat.
We'll follow him up as well while we do it. I love it.
All right. Another amazing episode. Z, you're cooking, man. Keep
Dude,
right.
this
Keep
one
right.
I'm feeling this. Tomorrow we'll do another let's talk about Web3 post. But now there's a good reason because like this is the Zao newsletter. I could keep easily doing this and continuing this and scaling this. But now I'm
Yeah.
excited to write like this all newsletter. Maybe I shouldn't do the Reddit Critic one with that one and make that the Zao one. But I still will launch it.
Don't overthink it. No big deal.
Where'd you send it to me?
Oh, in the chat.
I don't
Did I
see it.
Let's see. I'll put it.
Wait, in the like big chat. Okay,
Yeah, but I got you. I'll put it
I
in
see
that
it.
private.
Thanks. I mean, I got
Alright,
it now.
cool.
Alex Can't Drive is hilarious as a name.
W
Okay.
combo, W freeze, W chat. It's
W
good to see
Freeze.
y'all.
Yeah. Okay, so I
All
do
right.
need to follow him real quick. I think is the only thing. But I hope you're going over there.
I
Or are
am.
you waiting for me? Okay, cool. Yeah, no, that was absolutely insane. What a blast.
Momo said, experiment, follow your excitement. I'll see you on the moon. Big facts. To the moon, Bumbo. Let's get
$1,000,000%. Bumbo's gonna have a solid allocation as well. Oh shit, he's got it. Freeze is the goat.
All right,
He's
ready?
already rating. Yep, I'm ready. Let's get
Let's
over
do
there.
it.